Denise.
And I'm Ali.
And together we are
DNA.
with DNA. Today we are here to talk about home. Our home, your home, more specifically.
This home.
Inside, outside, and the inspiration for our music, our album, and in specifically the track that is called Home. Home. So, in the beginning, I think it was the first track.
That you wrote, that you came up with?
Yes, I think it was
not
track.
the first track ever, because
No.
Denise just goes, I've popped out 700 songs today, here you go.
There you go, have these ones. And it was very specific. It was, I wanted something that had a sort of spiritual chanty feel. This whole album is spiritual chanty feel, but with a different kind of thing on top, with all the kinds of styles that I like on top of it. And there was the bringing in of the ancestors, my ancestors. It started in the pandemic, so we weren't seeing anybody except for online, and I've probably said it before and I'll probably say it again as we talk through this album, but the ancestors, my grandparents, they had the old reel-to-reel recordings that we'd had digitalised some time before. So I started to listen to them to pick out the bits that would be involved in this in some way, or inspired in some way. And they were as real to me as speaking to somebody else on a Zoom chat. You know, it's just like we were isolated on our own. Everything was about vibration at that time. Mm-hmm. It still is, very much more so even now. But it was the beginning of all of that. And to hear their lives in Leith, in Edinburgh, in Granton, in Edinburgh, to hear their dialects, to hear them laugh again after so many years, was quite something. And at the beginning of writing Home, we hadn't decided to move home. No.
She wrote it into being.
I did. I wrote it into being. And there were some really key elements was bringing in, that was one thing, was the ancestors and being, you know, all those, talks about Kenmure Street. And I really wanted that logged in a modern Scottish song. Now, it won't be modern one day. Modern in itself sounds like an ancient word of an old person. The modern things. Contemporary, yeah. I wanted that logged because I remember seeing Kenmure Street on my devices. And it just blew my mind, all these people coming together to protect and to be community. It blew my mind. It was a beautiful thing. To me, it was a beautiful thing, and I didn't want it ever to be forgotten. So I was really keen that was in there.
Yes. It's a login of social history and things that shouldn't be forgotten by people now or in the future.
Whatever. It really was. I've sung Scots songs all my life. I've sung traditional Scottish songs all my life. None of them talk about Kenmure Street, because Kenmure Street was such an important happening of this time. And I say it often also, that we are making the history of our time all the time. We are making the history of our time, and it's just so precious.
So there's loads of different ways to write lyrics and songs, I think. And some of it is... you could play it at any time and it refers to what's going on for people. Love songs and whatever else. And then there's a logging of what is happening now, what will be important to know, and what if all the books go missing and we have lost all the stuff in our cloud that tells us what happened. Actually, songs can keep things alive, and in ways that people maybe don't tell each other stories. Like, because we've got TV, we don't sit and like tell stories around the fire like maybe we might have before. But I know your family did. You told stories, sang songs, and recorded it so that we could hear it now.
And them speaking as well, which was, and just how precious that was. And now it's news. In fact, now it's old news. But actually, of its time, it was a piece of history that happened, and so I wanted to include it. And it was kind of a welcoming song. It's the beginning. And when I was teaching singing, we would sing a welcoming song at the beginning, and we'd sing a goodbye song at the end. It was a way to start a thing and a way to end a group thing. And there was a few at the beginning that were the favourites that we sung over, and there was a few at the end. We knew we were starting and we knew we were finishing. And so there is a structure. Thank you very much. So this is a part of the structure. It's a sort of a welcoming song. It's like, come away in, curry in with me, cuddle in through these difficult times, through any difficult times. I think they're more difficult now than they were when I wrote the thing, but I didn't know that at the time. Well, I had a bit of a feeling that was coming, to be quite honest, so it felt important. And that, we find a sanctuary together. So Let Us Be Your Sanctuary was one of the songs that we sung for ages before that, and to include that, again, I didn't know we were going to go and create one. Some part of me must have had a bit of a...
I mean, maybe not like physically, but we do, it's part of what we do, is creating sanctuary for people, for ourselves, for our animals.
For the groups that we already worked with.
But actually we have a physical working model of the sanctuary now. We do,
it exists. So come a walk, curry in with me. And again, to get some of these Scottish words in there that I think most people are in Scotland are at least bilingual, of my generation. How my granny spoke, how both my grandmas spoke. One was a granny, one was grandma. We were both grandmas. Isn't how I spoke or I was taught to speak. And just how quickly you could hear in the tapes in one generation how quickly the language of the Lowland Scots was disappearing. So to have any words in that I knew or remembered felt quite important. And of course now, very, very recently, we've now Scots is a language in its own right, which it always has been, but it was always there, but it was always looked down upon in my era.
In mine too, and I think it's quite evocative of feeling welcome and at home to hear dialect that you heard growing up or was part of your family unit. For anyone who's ever like studied abroad, or by abroad I also mean like in England, like if you've been part of something outside of your where you were brought up, I certainly was made to feel like I could certainly refine how I speak to be met in the world better. And that can be very, well, it depends. I was quite adaptive, so I just did it and that was what was done. But there's something very nice about settling in, and for me it'll be speeding up and losing quite a lot of consonants and changing some vowels about. That's the Fifer in me. But it is a feeling of home to hear that.
I think word-wise there's a lot of somatic, of body felt experience in lots of the description in our language that is beautiful, and it's I don't feel when I speak in my native tongue of English, which is very weird, right? So but up here in Angus there's new words for me. There's cosies and there's posies and hugs, I think, and there's cuppies, which is lovely. I've adopted that. Come round for a cuppy. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
It sounds so much more gentle than a cup. of tea.
Yes,
A
and
coffee.
it's just there's a feel in words, in a language that's not yet forgotten, and there's so many youngsters and oldsters out there doing amazing things at keeping and developing the Scots language within communities again, which I'm so here for. So it would be wrong for me to do everything in Scots dialect because I don't speak like that all the time. But when we went to the producer and he's like, well, you wouldn't say these words now.
I've never heard you say those
He
words.
said, you wouldn't say these words now, so don't use them. And I went, he went, you don't, I've never heard you say these words. It's like, because they're not for you. So at that point he was like, do you say these words? And I was like, yes. And he's like, oh, completely different. We do a completely different direction after that. And
he probably heard more of the words after that. But it is easy to adapt and filter out some of the colour of your language when you're with different people.
I think the colours and the feelings of the language, Korean, it comes with a for me. So come and join us. You're welcome here. Be with us in our sanctuary, which you're right, we were doing sanctuary stuff. Get to Calm, doing breath. We were doing all sorts of stuff already. And it wasn't long after we started that we started to look for the sanctuary itself, and looking at the bigger part of home, what's going on inside of us. It's very much been, the home inside, the home in the skin. It's very much part of other parts of our work and day job. And how do we take that and communicate with others and have the sense of community of home, but also what are we doing to this planet? What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to our home that we all live in? And how is that not a priority over some other stuff that people may think is more important? That there's nothing more important. So delighted that we live in a wood. There's just nothing more important than oxygen.
And then in transitional times of us, for us, when we were looking for somewhere else to live, we're looking for the home that will be around us, but actually it became quite a focus to connect and concentrate on stabilising the home inside. So especially when the home outside is a little less stable, be it because it's in a transitional process or you're changing your home or you don't know what the new home is going to be, that actually we spent quite a bit of time unpacking what it was to feel at home in ourselves, separately together, which feels like very important when you're destabilising the structures around. As soon
as you go, one of the reasons people don't do change is because when you start to do change, more things change than you expect to change, and there's no stopping it. In the world that we're living in today, we're in a very transitional, and transition and processes are our thing. We're all in such a massive transition and transformation. We really are in it, and it's exhausting, and it's crazy making in lots of ways. We'll talk about that in some other time. But focusing on the music today and this sense of what is home and this whole process of transition, process of transformation that we went through in doing the whole album. And looking at what is our home in the inside and the outside together. What do we want as our home? What is happening in the bigger situations in Scotland, in the world, on the planet? And how do we get through these processes of change? And this really is a map. I mean, there is a course called Home coming up at the beginning of next year. If you want to join us and have a look at your home on the inside and our home on the outside and your home on the outside, and and or sing some of your stuff. What's important to you? You'd be most welcome to join us.
I want to say the 16th of January.
Oh.
But check out the
Good for you.
Check out the website noblehouse.scot for more information, or get in touch with us. And just take a minute now to shut everything else out and ask yourself, what is important in creating a safe home for yourself? Be it like the physical outside home, the planet and world, or your home. Because we have the capacity to give ourselves more of the things that make us feel safer and good, but we don't always tune into what that could be. And it's a process of letting yourself have more of what feels good. It might not be the same thing.
For sure.
We had to agree for our physical home what we both wanted, so we could find something that we were both going to feel happy and safe in. But when it's your actual own home, what is it that makes you be able to breathe deeper, let go, feel calm,
and also stimulated? Stimulated.
I mean, it depends what
and
you need
keep,
just now.
Yes,
I don't need any stimulation just now. I need lots of calm. But I know what you mean. I don't want to limit anybody in their thoughts. You're right.
You're allowed to bring yourself in.
We're all different.
And we change as time goes on, for sure too. Do you remember the first time, and this is putting you on the spot, do you remember the first time that you heard this? Or was it actually, Denise, I never not heard it because you were singing full motorbelto in the studio, all the parts for days?
No, the first time I heard it, I think there's a process in the writing of music that goes from, it grows. Your way of writing music, it starts and then it grows and grows and grows, and then it gets
And it refines.
And then it's I remember going, okay, this is cool, and also going, I don't know what's happening. I think that feels like, and then it's more of a state of acceptance than trying to understand. I'm quite analytical with music. It just comes from how I learnt music, and I suppose we could analyse your music if we wanted to, but why bother? What's important? If it's important to you, do that. But actually, there's a holding in this one, especially, I think, that is like, it's beyond having to understand what's happening. It's just let it happen, and let it happen to me.
It's quite immersive, isn't it?
This one's especially immersive, I think, and I think this album of recording was different from before, where it actually had a lot more structure in mind. So it was like, oh, I want this bit, and then you would have like the ancestor bit already cut in, and so by the time I was hearing it, it was more formed. But I think this one has quite a lot of like parts. You know what I mean? Yeah. I sing some of them now, but to start with, you sang all of them, and it was just like, whoa!
There's lots of me in here!
There's a Denise Squire going on right now.
Yes. And when we went to sing it live for the launch, it was like, okay, which bits do we pick to sing? Because there's Billions
All
of
the
us.
parts are so important.
They're all
How
very
do you
fun.
choose?
You just choose one, sing it, it'll be fine. And we keep the rest in. It's very, very layered. Very intense and layered. More so than, than I can really explain.
Well, I would think of this album in places, not all, some of the songs are more like structurally songs, but some of them are soundscapes and they're a sound bath. It's like sit in the middle with the music vibrating against you. That's what home is, I think. And it's almost like a call. Maybe not a call to action, it's like a call to come and have a seat. It's a call to like have a snooze.
There is a medicinal quality.
Medicinal?
There is.
Love that.
There is a medicinal quality that was intentional. This whole album is about, if you sit and listen to it and go through the process of it, there's a possibility that it will change you in some shape or form. As it did us over and over again till we were like spinning like pirouetting ballerinas, and then it was just like spin cycle of a washing machine for a while too. It really was. But that is the process of transition and change, and the modes that it's based on. We've done a lot of therapeutic work, music work, chanting work. We've done lots of different styles, and I thought they were going to be more than one album, and then I just went, it's one album. It's Scottish, it's got a vibrational quality to it that is intended to support change and support going through change. You know, I imagine there may be some people at some point go, oh yeah, I know where that is. I've done my version of that. But that's further on. This one is very much a scene setter, isn't it? And a feeling and a vibe.
So go listen to it. It's on Spotify.
It is.
If you want to go old school, buy a CD from us. You can hear it's Home by DNA. You can also check out the rest of our podcasts.
Yes.
So
where can they buy hard copy?
dnahome.scot.
You can go there and buy a CD, or you can just download it and stream it from wherever you get your streams from. And same with our podcast. You can do a quick recap on all of them wherever you get your podcast. If you're listening to this, you got it somewhere. YouTube channel, Spotify, wherever.
And go to our YouTube, follow, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Do all of these things.
Yes,
share it. Talk about us, and come back next time to hear our next set of stories.
Absolutely. Lovely to talk with you, and lovely to talk with you about this. I'm passionate about this. I mean, it really is something that it feels much bigger than me, that's for sure. And the whole point is to let people have their experience of it, and I like to share it. And that was the dog doing a pirouette.
It's time to go, he said.
Time to go.
Till the next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.